client came into the office the other day and told me an experience that he had had recently. He had been notified by the Internal Revenue Service that he was under examination for 2008 and 2009, and he decided to go down by himself, Brooklyn, Metrotech Plaza. Anyway, the examination began, and during the course, questions and answers, he realized he was in over his head. He said to the tax examiner, who in this case was a revenue agent, "I want to be represented. I think I need to speak to my attorney, and I definitely want to talk to my accountant." She responded by saying, "Well, that's your right. You're entitled to be represented, but you're here now, so answer my questions." And the questions continued. And for the next 3.5 hours, he was grilled and interrogated and questioned vigorously by this particular revenue agent. And the long and short of it is, he disclosed some information that he really was not obligated to, and it created a tremendous tax burden and potential fraud penalties, which in this case are 75%. So what exactly happened? Well, number one, as a taxpayer, you have rights. You have a right to be represented. However, if you proceed to represent yourself, if you say you want to be represented but continue to speak and provide the IRS with information, they can and they will use that information against you. There's no such thing as the fruit of the poisonous tree here, so it's best to, if you realize you're in over your head, stop talking, say that you want to be represented, and say that you would like to leave. There is no reason for you to stay. The majority of cases are civil, so you are under no fear of being arrested. The other issue that has come to my attention is individuals are getting advice from revenue officers particularly, and sometimes revenue agents, that is really legal advice. These individuals are not qualified to give you legal advice, and even if they were, well, you have an obvious conflict of interest. So if you have an issue, it's always best to be represented. And if it's about your tax returns, and this may seem counterintuitive to some of you, it's best to be represented by somebody who did not prepare those tax returns. Frequently, the Internal Revenue Service will put pressure on your return preparer, and that individual who is supposed to be defending you, representing you, will actually be looking to save his or her skin and quite literally sell you down the river.